Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wittich Theater on this rather chilly night. Now that you're here, it's nice and warm. We've got a heck of a show for you tonight. Sit back and relax. Start enjoying the show. But before we get on with the show, we have about 10 minutes we want to kill. So please give a warm welcome with me to two gentlemen who have paid their debt to society and just want to get on with the rest of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shenanigan Brothers.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Wittich Theater. I'm Les.
And I'm Vic, and we're the Shenanigan Brothers, and let's leave it at that.
Well, we appreciate everybody coming down to the theater, taking time out from their busy schedules, and
No! Excuse me.
What?
Have you ever... I just had the most amazing thought when you were just saying thanks for taking time out from your busy schedule, and it just struck me like a, I don't know, like a bolt of lightning, like a bolt out of it. Just struck me that, gee, what if coming down here was actually part of the busy schedule? What? Well, okay, it's like this. When you say thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, it sounds to me like what you're saying is, okay, ladies and gentlemen, the audience, you have a life. A busy schedule, which is your life, right? I mean, I don't see how you separate the two. You've got this life, this busy schedule, and you're coming down here to the show, you're taking time out of it. It's like this is something you wouldn't ordinarily be doing. It's almost like it's something like you got this beautiful, pristine surface, right? It's got this like stuff you can't identify growing on it over there. Like, what is that? It sounds to me like what you're saying is that we caused them to be down here. But I would prefer to say that life, this busy schedule we're talking about, it's just this series of interconnected flows, greater flows and lesser flows. That one thing doesn't directly cause another, that everything causes everything else. In fact, Les, you could even turn it around. You could say that just as much as we caused them to be here, they caused us. That is my theory.
you know, I don't want to break your rhythm or anything there, Vic, but we got a show to do here. They're here to see the show, and if you don't mind, I'd like to get on with the show.
It's not a question of whether I mind personally. It's just that I feel that it's a little shallow, frankly, and somewhat narrow-minded. I mean, the scope you're dealing with is very narrow here. It seems to me that you're selling the audience short. I was hoping that we could kick off this evening from a slightly more cosmological perspective. That is a perspective from which I think we might all benefit, yourself included. However, if you choose to ignore
Yes, I choose to ignore it.
Fine.
I'd like to get on with the show here, if you don't mind.
You got it.
I'd like to get back on schedule, okay?
The ball is in your whatever the ball is in.
Thank you, Vic. Ladies and gentlemen, a funny thing happened to Vic and I on the way down to Wittich now.
Excuse me. Go ahead. Did you just say that a funny thing happened to us in the weekend?
Yes, that's what I said.
All right, that's what I thought that's what you said.
What? No, go ahead.
No, you were doing great. I was right with you there. I mean, I was waiting. I wanted to hear just what it was. I could tell the comedy was about to spew forth like, you know. Yeah, so just don't.
I can go ahead. Gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, a funny thing happened to Vic and I. Vic, look, you know as well as I do, comedy is an art form that requires split-second timing and teamwork as rehearsed. And if you're going to continue to interrupt this thing, just tell us what you want to say.
No, really.
They want to know, I want to know. If frankly, you know, you're off on a tangent here that I'm not quite with you on. Maybe they are.
I beg your forgiveness. That was great. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I just couldn't.
No, go ahead.
No, believe me, it's much too long and involved. I don't think it's something we can deal with. I don't think we better talk about later.
Fine, but I
Bring some notebooks, get a pot of coffee, and then we can deal with it.
I just assume clear the air right now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, fine.
Go ahead and say it.
You know, Les, I appreciate your giving me the opportunity to speak directly to the audience, and I'm hoping that you'll listen too, because what I have to say is something that I think will benefit you in your day-to-day living. Several things, actually. First of all, as you well know, Les, a funny thing didn't happen to us on the way down here.
I know a funny thing didn't happen to us on the way down here. It's part of the show. We wrote it.
I realize that. That's not what I mean. Aside from the fact that that's somewhat of an old joke and it's a little bit disingenuous to use that since it isn't really true. Aside from that, I'm speaking of something much greater. When you say that a funny thing happened to us on the way down here, what I'm hearing there is that you're saying that life as we live it is a series of disconnected things. I mean, things that are just these separate things, like a funny thing, a happy thing, a sad thing, a bad thing, a Christmas type thing. You know, all these separate things. But I don't see it that way at all. I would contend, and I think the audience will agree with me, that life, as I said before, is an integrated, harmonious, organic whole. It's not separated into things. The only reason that we believe that it is a fragmented series of things is that human perception, although it is continually expanding as human life continues to evolve, the way we experience reality is we can't see all of it. We can only see these fragmented bits. We don't ever make an effort to see that it's all interconnected, harmonious, and just all, you know what I mean. So because of that, all we see is the fabled tip of the iceberg. We don't see the rest of it. I would contend, in fact, that separate things don't happen. Things, that is my second theory, things don't happen.
Things don't happen.
In a nutshell, things don't happen.
Well, this is a thing and it's happening.
Are you referring to this conversation?
Yes.
Well, see, that proves my point, because what I'm saying is that what's happening now, this conversation, is no different from what was happening before we came out here.
Look, I'm getting ahead of it. You know, we wrote the show, we advertised the show. The audience, I presume, is here to see the show. It's a very simple little thing. Cause and effect. We wrote it, we advertised it, they came to see it. Cause and effect.
Right.
Period.
I got it. Now, I think I'm beginning to grasp the ground rules that you're operating.
Ground rules? There aren't any ground rules. It's reality.
Oh, okay. Reality. Wow, that takes a load off. Reality. Okay. Before we go any further, I know you're in a hurry. I just want to make sure that I understand, because I'm with you. Teamwork. We've got to pull together like a team. I just want to make sure I understand this reality you're speaking of. Okay. On the one hand, we have the show, which is the script, the actors, the writers, the lights, the costumes, the makeup, the stage itself, the music, all of this, and plus the audience, all this taken together comprises a thing, a separate entity, which we will refer to as the show, correct?
Fine.
The show, this nice, pristine, neat little package. There you go, the show. Hold that. That's a nice tie. And then, what do we have that isn't the show? Well, we have everything else that ever existed or is existing now or potentially could exist all over this entire planet, not to mention the whole universe, and that, everything else, we are forced to then call the non-show. Boy, we are really outnumbered.
Fine.
The non-show. Really
okay, I agree. Fine. But, this particular show, this event is now running behind schedule.
And logic tells us that the non-show is also running behind schedule.
There isn't any non-show. Who's talking about the non-show?
Now you're confusing me. First you say there is a non-show, now you say there isn't a non-show. And here's another question. Where does the show end and the non-show begin, or vice versa? I mean, is it somewhere over here? Is this the show up here and that's the non-show out there? Oh, no different. Is the show what we wrote? Is the show what the actors do? Is the show what the director intended? Is the show what the audience sees? Or is the show what the audience thinks they remember the next morning when they get up and they're eating some toast or something and they go, what did I do last night? Oh yeah, I went to see that show. I have a feeling that you can't supply the answer to these questions. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the bull by the horns and hope I don't get gored. I'm going to gather some empirical data for myself to settle this whole show, non-show question right now. I'm venturing into the void.
Vic, what are you doing?
Well, Les, I am attempting to directly experience the non-show.
Vic, I think the non-show is now out here.
Oh, well, that explains why I can't find it back there. It's dark, too. But I have discovered something of great value for myself. I know now that there is, in fact, no difference.
No difference in what?
There is no difference between the show And the non-show.
There isn't any non-show.
Ah, then there is no show.
Did you suffer a mild electric shock this morning?
I don't think so.
But, okay, fine. You win. Oh, no, you win.
My goal is not to win.
I suspected as much. But nonetheless, I can see.
Oh, will you give me your time?
Not only a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, this vast arena of show and non-show and this big old universe that is causeless and effectless, if you'll just turn your attention to this portion of the universe, and perhaps you'll view what it may appear to be to the casual viewer a series of isolated events that we call comedy and music. Is that satisfactory?
That was beautiful. You touched us all. In fact, I think I'd like to be alone for a while. Maybe go for a walk.
But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Les.
And I'm Les.
We're the Shenanigan Brothers, and let's leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my extreme pleasure, bordering on pain, extreme nonetheless, to welcome to Evotech Theater, Speed Check My Radar!
What do you mean, what does it mean?
What does it mean? What kind of statement is it making?
Oh, I don't think it's making any kind of statement in particular. It's just form and color. It's abstract expressionism. It's surreal.
Oh, so it doesn't mean anything.
No, I didn't say that. Golly, honey, can we buy it?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't use that to catch oil on my truck.
You know, now that I looked at it further, the juxtaposed ambivalence of light and dark is absolutely stunning. It's an obvious reflection of the historical development of the either-orness of personal expression. Don't you think?
Do you watch a lot of public TV?
Well, I think it's a metaphor for art imitating life.
Wait a minute, you people still haven't said what it means.
It is what it means. Oh, no, it means what it is.
Yeah, what it is horrible.
Oh, you just don't like it. No, actually, I think he doesn't understand it.
You mean there's a difference?
Sure!
You're talking about a dog picture like,
Back.
Miss Smith, I don't believe it. It's not here. Miss Smith, Miss Smith. Report on the space widget, wasn't it due?
2 days ago.
Yeah, well, you know, Ralph, I'm just going to have to...
Fire him?
Yeah, he's just not...
Doing his job.
Would you tell
Ralph,
to come...
in.
Mr. Jenkins, you want to see me?
Yes, Ralph, have a seat. Ralph, you know that report on the space widget, it was due... Yes, today. Here it is. Ralph, now, Ralph, you know I've got a very difficult job. Yes, and, you know, I'm not one to...
Be around the bush.
Yes, but I've been reviewing our company's...
Performance.
Yes, and it's coming out that there are...
Some of
Yes, who tend to... While yet others, on the other hand, merely...
Keep the status quo.
Yes, keep the status quo, while others still...
Don't perform at all.
At all, not at all. I think we're on the same track on this. Now, what I specifically wanted to relay to you is I noticed that you tend to...
Perform well.
Perform well, yet you always...
Get here on time.
Get here on time, but you never...
Leave until everything's done.
Yes. Ralph, you know as well as I do that I'm just a cog in this big corporate machine. I don't want you to take this personally. Yes. But Ralph, frankly, I am forced to promote you.
Mr. Jenkins, you made a wise decision here, and we'll just have to live with it.
Well, thanks, Ralph. You're taking this very, yes. Would you tell Miss
Smith
to come?
Yes.
Yes. That was easier than I thought. Miss Smith, I tell you, every day is decisions.
Decisions?
Yes. I tell you what. How would you like to go to,
Lunch?
Yes.
Jenkins, how are you going, man?
I was going to,
Lunch?
Yes.
Jenkins, we have our big production meeting today, noon. You've got to help me get ready, help set up these chairs. Miss Beasley?
Yes, sir.
Miss Beasley, we're having a very important meeting in here, and I don't wish to be interrupted. Would you please hold all of my calls?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you, Miss Beasley. Now, you're probably wondering why I've called you here today, and the reason... Yes, Miss Beasley.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, but your wife's on line too.
Tell her I'll call her back, please. Now, I know you're busy, so I'll be brief.
Haters, let's go, guys. Time is money.
Excuse me.
Hold!
What is going on here?
Smitty, and Bobby Lee Painters. Here, paper. Come on, guys, got long. We don't got long.
But we're trying to have a meeting here.
Hold it! Okay? Fine. No problem. Get out, boys! We're out of here. See you.
Hey!
Hold!
You're not supposed to be here until next Tuesday. You're a week early.
Look here, Tuesday, Wittich. Rest of your book. It is now or never.
Okay, do it now. But please try to keep it down. We're having a very important meeting here.
So, we are professionals. Let's go, guys! We got a lot of work to do. All right, hold it! What color you want this room? Got a nice selection for you today. We got chalk, eggshell, oyster cream, saltine, mayonnaise, chablis, white chocolate, virtually white, and practically white.
Chevrolet.
Got it. Smitty, 40,000 gallons of wine. All right, Smitty, ready? Let's go.
Wait.
Hold it!
Where are you going?
Lunch!
Now, as I was saying, production here. Now,
Hold on,
may I help you?
No.
What is going on?
Survey.
Survey?
That's it, Mark! Hey, buddy, you hold this pole?
You must be out of your mind, man. We're having a meeting here.
I'll be right back. Just hold the pole. Keep it vertical. Be right back.
Well, you hurry back now. Yes,
Jenkins? Yes, are we going to continue with our...
Meeting?
Yes.
Jenkins, would you please step up here?
You mean hold the...
Oh?
Hold out. Yeah, you, Curly. Go back. And left.
Right. Now, as I was saying, production here... Yes, Miss Beasley.
Excuse me, sir. Your wife and I wanted to go to Smitty to paint it. Her husband's online too.
Tell my wife I'll call her back, and Smitty is just not here, Miss Beasley.
Very good, sir. Should I continue to hold all you calls?
Yes, please hold my calls. Now, production here at Amalgamated Widgets has not been up to expected levels. Jenkins, our efficiency expert, has been delving into this matter, trying to get to the bottom of why we can't ever get anything done around here. Jenkins, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, please.
Sarah, can you hold the... Now, productivity, reason for decline, number one. Elliot?
Yes, Miss Beasley.
Smitty's online. Look, she wants to know if there's any messages.
Oh, just a minute. I'll check, Miss Beasley. Does anybody have any messages for Smitty the painter?
Yes.
What?
Could you tell her to give me an estimate for some,
House painting?
Yes.
Miss Beasley, would you please have Smitty call Jenkins about some house painting?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jenkins. Yes, Miss Beasley.
Call for Jenkins online. It's Smitty.
Miss Beasley, would you please hold all of Jenkins' calls as well as all these my calls?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jenkins.
Now, that was...
What?
Your wife is online to ask me.
Tell her I'll call her back and tell her call her back. Jenkins. Yeah, Miss Beasley.
Just an accident, sir. My fingers slipped.
What?
Still holding all your calls, sir?
Yes, Miss Beasley.
Oh, and by the way, research and development are on their way down to the meeting.
Oh, just have them come right in. You know how I love parties. Jenkins?
Yes. Now, productivity, reasons for decline, number one.
Research! No! Research! No! Research! No! Research! No! Research! No! Research!
Hold it! Look, this skit just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I told you when we wrote this this thing, it just wasn't going to work, and it hasn't ever worked, and it doesn't work tonight, and it's just, you know, it's like people watch this, and they don't see it's
Allegory?
an allegory. They think it's like, you know, he's standing up here being this business guy, and there's all these crazy interruptions, and things don't get done. It's like they don't catch that it's what happens inside your own brain whenever you try to do anything. They've never, I mean, it just doesn't work. I told you it wasn't going to work. It doesn't work. I'm done with it. I'm through. I'm not doing this skit again. Just forget it.
I don't know. What do you mean? I think he's right. No, he's not.
No, actually, I think he's just headed up to
Here.
He sure is fire coming. Don't go, let's go tell everybody. Tell everybody what? That he's coming. Is that what you're gonna tell everybody? Well, you ain't gonna tell nobody's fear. Get out of my way, I'll tell you something. How you like for me to tell you something? No, Mr. Billy, please. Well, I'm gonna tell you something unless you get out of my sight, and I mean, now. Yes, sir. So, he's coming, huh? Think I'll just segue over to the bar. Drink a little rye and chat with some of the boys. Bartender, set me up with a bottle of whiskey. Think I'm gonna need to wet my whistle real good. I'm expecting some company. Did I ever tell you that? I'm looking for Billy the Lip. There he No need to look any further, cowpoke. Time we settle this score once and for all, Billy. You terrorized your last town. You ready? Anytime. Let's chat. What do you think about this weather we're having? Sure, it is hot. You call this hot? It's not hot. Hot is when cactus shriveled up. I know what hot is. You got to come tell me, and I'll tell you what hot is. I know. Well, you know, they say that this drought's going to continue for
No. Can't you see the rain clouds coming over the Rockies? This drought's going to just fizzle away anytime. It's going to rain anytime. Doesn't anybody know anything about droughts around here? Rain, clouds, weather, and heat.
Remember the drought of 42 today?
No, there was a drought of 55. Don't you remember we were both kids were in the same school? Don't you remember that, Billy?
What did he say? Everything. He said everything. Who was that guy? He shouldn't even have a kid. That was no Canada. It was the high Plains Blabbermouth.
Where the recent competition between the Huns and the villagers has just concluded. Far behind me, you can still see the flames of conquest flickering far overhead. And what a sight to behold, the carnage, the pillaging, the sacking. But that is what this game is all about. The thrill of victory and the angst of defeat. And right now, Fran, we're going to go over to the dressing tent of the defeated villagers and interview one, Ben, the villager. Ben, come on. Ben, you guys put up a good fight today, but well, you just didn't seem to have it.
Well, Marv, you know, it seemed like everywhere I looked were these big hairy jerseys. I mean, other villagers had told us they smelled bad, but my God, Marv, it was awful. We just had to be there. They were all over us like, Well, like Huns on villagers.
I see. Well, what was the game plan today, Biff?
Well, basically, it was to run like hell. They really applied the pressure early, you know, they had us surrounded, so we had to make some adjustments in it. It just didn't work out.
Well, like what kind of adjustments?
Begging for mercy.
Well, Ben, I couldn't help but notice that you sustained an injury early on in the game. Yet you stayed in there and you groveled to the bitter end.
Well, Mark, you know, this is my biggest game yet. There's no way I was coming out. I mean, my wife and kids were there, and a lot of my friends were watching. Hey, it's not every day you get to play against the scourge of God.
So, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I figure we'll be slaves for a while until we can turn this thing around. We're in for a major rebuilding, what with all the farms leveled and the women and children and sheep gone. I figure we'll go back to the basics and build from the farms up.
Well, great game today, regardless of the outcome today. Ben, take care of that wound, all right? Now, Craig, we're going to go over to the judging tent. The victorious Huns, I can hear them now. Perhaps get an interview with none other than the scourge of God himself. Until the Huns, let's take the cameras over there now. Now, Attila, you've had some amazing success in the Times West League. How do you account for that amazing success?
Well, Maher, I love the game. Playing the teamwork, playing to win, and overwhelming numbers.
Attila, what was the game plan today?
Maher, these guys smell worse than usual. And that takes the fight right out of the middle. But our basic plan was to surround the city and attack with a blind rig.
Well, I tell you what, it's certainly worth it. The game plan really worked today. Attila, tell us, did any one individual stand out in today's performance?
Attila just points us in the right direction. There's no stop. I tell you what, these guys gave me all the support I needed up front today. Why, they're big, they're beefy, and they're big. I'm ready to go, you guys, Mark.
Well, Attila. Yeah, thanks, Rob. Attila.
Yeah, a horn front like that means you're available.
Certainly know what I'm doing with this. Well, I tell you,
Say what you're available for,
cut the ad later. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we get a lot of fan mail. And a lot of people want to know, how in the heck did you get the nickname Scourge of God?
Well, you know, Barb, that's kind of humorous. It all started back at the pillaging academy. Yeah, we got it from one of those villagers we were practicing. That's right. The villager was there, and he looked up at me and he said, Attila, you're the scourge of God. Everybody kind of liked it, it just sort of stuck. Scourge of God, scourge of God, scourge of God, scourge of God, scourge of God.
Well, tell us, Attila, a lot of people want to know what the heck are your plans for the future for you and the hordes?
Barb, you know, we like to take it one village at a time. We like to stay focused. But in a long campaign, and to be perfectly frank with you, me and the hordes here are seriously considering a occupational change, what you say.
Such as?
Well, Marv, we talked it over and we decided we're going to open up one of them amusement parks, a theme park. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, I know what you're going to say, Marv. You're going to say, now, Attila, it's not that easy to run a successful theme park in this day and age. Shoot, gosh, why do we know that, Marv? I mean, after all, Rome wasn't sacked in a day. We got a lot of cheap slave labor. Now, let's have one right there. counting on. I said, next year, when you go out to interview that most valuable player after the big championship game like you always do every year, you're going to walk right up to that guy and you're going to say, big fella, you did it all. What next? He's going to look you dead in the eye and he's going to say, I'm going to a tour!
What? Hello? What do you mean by that?
Nothing, just hello. Look, I'm from out of town, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, but I don't really know where to start.
Am I to infer that you don't intend to ask me about these things in a direct manner?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean,
From the tone of your voice, I infer that perhaps you're afraid to broach the subject to me directly.
No, as I said,
And it could further be inferred from the hesitancy and the oh-so-obvious undercurrent of fear that perhaps your supposed questions are not so well-founded.
look, you're getting...
And I wouldn't hesitate to infer a certain slimy subterfuge to your insinuation.
What insinuations?
Now, it's no use trying to undo things. You've already as much as admitted that your intent was other than what it was, and what it was less than it had been. Now, look here! I must say, I have never, ever met anyone as obvious and as obnoxious as you.
Oh, just forget it!
No, I won't forget it. No, sir, no, indeed. Why, it's the most obvious case of anyone so wrapped up in himself that they hardly even notice. At least I wasn't fooled. And what are you looking at?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Unsubtle Philosophy. Yes, another edition of Unsubtle Philosophy, where we introduce you, the audience, to some of the least respected yet most volatile minds in the field of philosophy. Each of tonight's philosophers agrees in their own basic way, of course, with the basic precepts of philosophy, which are the pursuit of wisdom, the search for truth through logical reasoning rather than factual observation. Now, each of our guests has used logical reasoning in their own way to reach their rather startling, or shall we say, unsubtle conclusions. Now, our first guest here, on my extreme right, perhaps your left, or center, depending on your seat in tonight's audience, is Dr. Samuel Farrell. Dr. Farrell, who we had to literally tear away from his work. Dr. Farrell is a leading figure, if not the only figure in an obscure branch of philosophy known as primitive philosophy. Now, Dr. Farrell's hobbies include wrestling, survivalist training, and rooting for groundhogs. Welcome to the show, Dr. Farrell. Now, on my near right, somewhat near right, is Dr. Lester Lannon, head of Backforth University's Philosophy of Hysterics Department. It is founded on the belief that the more hysterical the philosophy, the more it fits in with their view of the world as a random, scattered, loud, brash, calm, yet violent, convoluted, yet organized, and that no matter how unreasonable things may appear to be, there is no good reason for anything. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lannon. Now, our last guest, not our least guest, is Dr. Lucille Muchley. Dr. Muchley is a much-respected activist in the philosophy does not necessarily mean there is a need for action movement. Dr. Muchley's hobbies include and is limited to thinking about reading. Now, there's no set topic for tonight's discussion, but I will now ask each person to quickly summarize their approach to philosophy as we are running out of time. Philosophers, if you will. Thank you very much, philosophers. Now, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here tonight to Unsubtle Philosophy. We hope the viewers will tune in next week when we will have a panel discussion on philosophy is too much, not enough.
Just looking around, nothing particular in mind.
We just love to browse. Never know where we'll find something a little different.
Something different, of course we do have some rather unique items. I'm sure they will be of interest to the aspiring connoisseur.
Oh, really? Then may we have a look, see?
Right this way, we've got just what you want.
What is it?
What is it? My dear sir, this is a pristine, one-of-a-kind example. This is a great thought.
To thine own self be... to thine own self be true.
This is Shakespeare's original, To Thine Own Self Be True. Notice the marvelous patina, those very fine stress fractures. Quite a little example, don't you think?
Do you mean we can actually buy a great thought?
But of course, imagine this thought above your mantle.
Well, I don't know. No, thank you. Come near.
Wait! Oh, wait. Granted, there's a little age involved here. But what's age when it comes to great thoughts? And you must admit, this would be quite the compliment to a little early American walnut chaperone.
Well, maybe he's right. I mean, it is a great thought, and we don't have one.
Well, yes, dear, I know, but do we really need one?
Well, I don't know. I remember hearing it when I was younger, and for about 2 or 3 seconds, it was like, wow.
Well, I'm not sure. Do you have any other great thoughts? I'm not sure we should just grab the first one we see here.
Well, actually, this is our last one. Not 10 minutes ago. I think, therefore, I exist. Sauntered out with a couple. I believe they were going to use it as an armoire.
How much do you want for it?
Today, $175 American.
Well, it is a great thought. Old and not very popular. How about $85?
85, my dear lady, I will not to my own self be true if I let out here for less than 150.
Well, yes, but we would not to our own selves be true if we paid that much, 110.
Ah, but you miss the point. You cannot be true to yourselves. Only one can be true for herself, 130.
Oh, but he meant true to our individual selves, not our collective selves, even though no one individual has oneself to be true to. 120.
Aha! Yeah, is it true in that collection of selves? One who speaks for that collection is apparently true for the others, 130.
Yes, but the reality of thine own self now is different than the thine own self when the thought was first thought, 125.
So,
can I tell you something? What? To thine own self be true.
To thine own self be true. No. To thine own self be true.
Sir?
To thine own, sir.
no refunds.
And with Harry Jim, Macho Man, America's best. Damn Macho! Macho Man.
Excuse me!
What do you want?
Do you have to use that? I'm standing right here.
No, I don't have to use this thing here. I just want it perfectly fulfilling. What do you want?
Look, all I want to do is get something to eat.
Ain't called your number yet.
I didn't take a number yet.
You don't take a number. I got your number. 28.
Well, how will I know when it's my turn?
Oh, but you know when it's your turn. Get over there and sit down and wait your turn. 29.
Excuse me.
What now?
What happened to number 28?
Do I look like a CPA to you?
I'm number 28.
Prove it.
Well, here's the number you gave me.
A clever forgery. How do I know this here. Why these things are a dime a dozen?
That's the number you gave me.
Ah, you didn't sign the back.
Sign the back? Nobody signs the back of their number.
Well, no one jumped off a cliff. Would you do that too? Huh?
What? Oh, look. All I want to do is order.
We don't take orders here, son. We give them. You look like a double chump burger.
Okay, I'll have one.
One what?
A double chump burger. A double chump burger.
We're out.
Triple?
Out.
Single?
Out. Okay. How about an order of macho nachos, specialty of the house?
Sounds okay, I'll have one.
Macho nachos don't come one at a time. You gotta get a whole bucket full of them, baby.
All right, okay, I'll have a whole bucket full of macho nachos.
Out.
Look, I've had enough. I want to see the manager.
He's out right now.
Oh, yes, sir.
Double jump burger walking right to the garden now!
Yes, sir.
What's this?
Huh? Oh!
Speed it up next time!
He'll be back. Okay, I get it. I get the game. Del Macho, that guy can do it. It's his burger. No problem. I can do that.
I want a jump burger and I want it now!
Please. Well, look, how about some fries?
Ow!
Onion rings.
Ow! Ow!
is my husband. I don't know what's the matter. I just knew something was wrong when he fell asleep during the new Jeopardy show.
No, not the new Jeopardy show.
Yes! He just doesn't seem to have any energy anymore. In fact, he can't even get up out of a chair.
Well, why don't you bring him in and I'll have a look at him.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, he's already here.
Has your husband passed away recently?
No, not to my knowledge. Jack, it's the doctor.
Pleased to meet you. Nothing. Nothing. Still nothing.
Why don't you try it in front of the eyes?
Still nothing.
No, didn't
Still nothing. Ah! It's worse than I thought, Miss Harrington. What we have here is a very advanced case of neuroocular fixation.
Oh my God, no! What's that? Doctor, what's that?
Oh, staring. In fact, it's so advanced it's turned into a full-fledged case of crowbar syndrome.
Oh my God, no! What's that?
Well, it's relatively common. I see the symptoms every day now. Jack here is a classic presentation. Notice the glazed expression, lack of response to any stimuli, inability to perform even the simplest motor functions. In very advanced cases, it often becomes necessary to pry the patient out of a chair with a crowbar, hence the name. Crowbar syndrome.
Oh my God, no! What causes it?
Well, it's either viral or it's mathematical.
Oh my God, no! Mathematical, how could that be?
Hey, it's just a theory. I mean, things get divided, things add up, things multiply, and next thing you know, crowbar syndrome.
Oh my God, no! Are you sure that's what Jack has?
If I was sure, I wouldn't be a doctor. But there is a definitive test.
Oh my God, no! Is it safe?
Absolutely not. But it couldn't make him any worse.
Oh my God, no! Okay, do it.
Now I want you to listen very carefully and respond if you can. Late fees. Speed check by radar.
Oh my God!
No lifeguard on duty.
Oh my God!
Sealed for your protection.
Oh my God!
Miss Harrington, it's worse than I thought. He's got too many problems.
Oh damn! But doctor, is there anything we can do? I can't fit a crowbar in my purse.
Well, you've got two options as I see it. One, you can get a bigger purse, or two, you can try
Problem consolidation. That's right. Problem consolidation. What's been taking up most of the space in your brains these days? Problems, not one, not two, but thousands of problems, all as bad in shades of gray.
Absolutely right, Matty. Why, having problems is the fundamental problem of existence today. So why not consolidate those little personal dilemmas?
Right, folks, we can help you consolidate those embarrassing little genetic quirks like biting your toenails,
Losing your temper.
finding your temper.
Manifest destiny.
These are only a few of the tiny distractions that can be exchanged for one nice big problem. A problem that says, look at me. A problem that says, out of my way.
Absolutely right again, Matty. Why, what is it that makes those little problems so pesky? It's that nagging sensation that the problem has a cause, and the problem has a solution. Now, Jack Harrington, a satisfied customer, speaks without prior prompting.
Yes, I used to be plagued by all of those problems to the point that I developed crowbar syndrome. But that's not really a problem anymore. It's in the cost of a daily newspaper. Problem consolidation gave me a problem that's so big it doesn't have a solution and it doesn't have a cause. Isn't that right, honey?
Oh my God, yes!
And just
I could fight the big one at any second. And what did I do to bring it on?
Nothing!
And what can I do about it? Nothing! Hey, no problem.
Just get in your car and come to where we are.
6!
You can count them.
6 locations to serve you! Now hurry.
My friends, that is evil in the world today. That is evil in every corner of the globe. That is evil everywhere, and it is not just, I say, in the third world areas. It permeates every corner of the globe. It is right here in our country. It is right here in America. It is right in your place of employment, and it may even cloud the minds of your family and your friends. Friends, open up your eyes and open up your ears. The evil of which I speak is ignorance. There is a dreadful lack of knowledge that exists in the world today. And it is our duty, my friends, it is our duty to spread knowledge. It is our duty to educate the uninformed. My friends, there are people that you know and love who struggle and suffer throughout their daily lives without hope because they have no working knowledge of basic arithmetic fractions. I'll say it again, my friends, there are people who do not know that 2 halves equal a whole. There are people who do not know that 2 quarters equal a half. There are people who do not know that 5/8 is 1/2 plus 1/8, which is half of a quarter. My friends, there are people who do not know that 11/16 is a little mark right before the 3/4 mark, which is halfway between a 1/2 inch mark and a 1 inch mark. My friends, there are people who do not know what a right angle is because they do not know how many degrees there are in a circle. My friends, unless we go out and become personal educators, that's right, you heard me, of personal educators, these people will never know the beauty of the Fibonacci series. The usefulness of quantum electrodynamics or the value of Planck's constant. My friends, our task is clear tonight. Unless we rid ourselves of this shameful ignorance, we must rid ourselves of this shameful ignorance by telling everyone we meet that they are wrong and we are right. Let's bow our heads. Our facts which aren't proven, how certain be their truth. Let the theories come, their proofs be done in the present as in the future. Give up this time our timely facts, our timely evidence, and conceal our confusions as we forget that which confuses us. Lead us not into ignorance, for facts are the truth. Facts are the truth, the power and the glory. Or until new facts come along. Thank you very much and good night. The world's not really coming to an end, players. Downstairs. If you'll sign it, we'll send you some stuff. It's not your normal everyday junk mail. But you do get it every day. The second announcement is downstairs. might have heard it before you came in tonight. We just opened, I believe, was it last weekend? Not this weekend. This weekend is already now. We opened the lounge downstairs. We had music before and after the show. It's the, if you haven't heard the name, it's the Bertrand Russell Lounge, Buckhead's Closed Bistro, where the elite, empiricists, and determinists meet. That's the name of the lounge. So you're welcome after the show. Be a few minutes before we set up, or there may be some music playing. I don't know. So if you go down there, you get some wine, Coke, a glass of water, whatever you like to do. But please join us there before and after the show. So your friends, etc. You guys can be. All right.